Hey, I am Srinath and welcome to Helix Factory Project. AI now writes enterprise code at machine speed. 84% of developers use AI coding tools today. But here is the problem nobody is solving. Only 29% of developers trust that code. And AI generated code ships 2.74 times more security vulnerabilities than human code. Every tool out there, whether it's Copilot, Cursor, Code Whisperer, helps AI write code faster. Helix Factory project is the control plane for AI written code. Before an AI agent or developer changes production code, Helix Factory builds a living code twin, predicts risk with evidence, shows blast radius, and records a decision trail. Let me show you. Based on the data, we do various kind of analysis and we give the data here based on AST and other things. And then we can do pre-mortem analysis of files. If I make a code change in one place, what will be impacted? What will be the pre-mortem? Any enterprises, any customer, any product, any team, they can use this before making any change and impact. They can see the twin data from here, and all the things are there in the operations layer. You can see everything here. So before I go, and main case with this is here you see the UI, and we have an MCP layer as well. So here these are some sample repositories for ECXS I have given. We'll start with Flask. So I have ingested the Flask repository. I'll prove this with a real code base. Helix Factory clones it, passes it with a tree sitter, and builds the twin. That's what has happened now. There are 466 nodes and 624 edges here. While every function and class within a real call and import relationships. This is the operational context that AI normally never has. Now we can go to twin the corresponding graph. So let the graph come. You can see the graph here, contextual graph. Here the app.py, it's connected to, the view shows nearest 25 node elements connected to app.py. This is a living twin visualized. Every dot is here you can see different dots. Every dot is a real code entity. Every line is a real dependency for app.py. If any red marked lines are there, they are high risk areas. Entry points, all these change safety decisions, etc. When I click on Flask app.py, I can see exactly what depends on it. This is how we compute the blast radius. Real graph traversal. It's not guesswork or not hard coding. Now let's see SS impact. Here you can see if any code changes are done, what will be the impact. You can see the impact here. There are 30 direct relationships from app.py. These are the files connected. It's cla.py, blueprints.py, ctx.py. All these are the safety decision. Do not auto change this code. Modification may disrupt make time data functionality. Dependent files or symbols may encounter failures. You can see this is how the usefulness comes. If it was an AI tool, it might directly go and edit the changes. Here, before making any change, we can just see the changes, the blast radius, what all are impact, where to see. It's like a pre-mortem. Before making the changes, I am able to see what are the impact, what are the connections. If I click here, any node, if I click, I can get the details of each node. From each node, here I have clicked blueprints.py. From blueprints, to what level it can be changed. If I click on any file, I can see the summary of that file. The blueprints in the Flask source code imports modules from init.py, debug helpers are there, and links will be there, and the corresponding code. This is all based on tree sitter. The same corresponding code also is extracted here. You can see. For any code change, we can see what breaks if I make a code change here. These are the areas it will do not change this code. Modification may disrupt make time delta functionality. So before making any change, we have the idea. What will be the impact? What should I care? What should I check, etc. Okay, now let's see what will be them. We can go one more level inside. Okay, I will write modify Flask cap dispatch logic. I will give Here you can see I asked, I want to modify Flask app dispatch logic in src flask app.py. See the output. It tells this is blocked until human review. Because modification to Flask app dispatch logic is, it gives a consequence. It's a high risk functionality. It will have 6 direct impact on different files. Pre-mortem findings are required. It tells this PR would be blocked before merge, because it's a high risk area and there are 6 areas it will be impacted. If I make a change in app dispatch logic of Flask, these are the impacted: app.py, init.py, cli.py, globals.py, ctx.py, debug helpers. These all will be impacted. And blast radius for this change will be 25 nodes and 30 relationships are all impacted. See, this is the heart of our product. I proposed a change to app.py and asked, is this safe? And immediately we got the answer. Helix Factory ran a pre-mortem powered by OpenAI's GPT-4o and returned a decision. The change can't be approved. It needs a human review because it's a high risk change. High risk. It's a specific finding modification risk to make time delta at app.py at line 73. And the dependency chain would break. It requires human approval. You can see modifications may disrupt functionality in connected files due to the role of make time delta in the dependency chain at line 73, and it needs human approval. That's evidence-based risk, not a vague warning, a decision you can act on. That's how risk level, finding title, file, line. All these are given. This has an MCP layer as well. We'll see. It's not just a dashboard. It's a governance layer that AI agents call on themselves. Through MCP, the model context protocol, I have connected it to cursor. Okay, this is the available MCP servers in Helix. MCP is listed here. I'm giving the question. I want to modify as Flask app.py. Before editing, call the MCP and identify if the change is, how accurate will be the change, and shall I connect it to our Helix factory. It made the tool calls and it identified. See, it told no. Helix factory says you cannot proceed. It's a high risk change. It makes the modification risk to make time delta functionality on line 73 is high risk. It's a dependency chain. Consequence will be dependent files on symbols may break because the target sits in the twin dependency chain. These details are given. Here we have seen the AI agent before touching a single line ask Helix factory for permission. Helix should the agent continue tool, and Helix factory says block, high risk. It requires human approval. It beats them with conviction. This is the breakthrough. For the first time, an AI agent governs itself. It stops and asks a human before shipping a risky change, that is AI speed with human grade control. So back in Helix factory after MCP, you can see audit functionality. Every decision is recorded as Git native audit evidence with real commit as SHAs. When a regulator asks who approved this AI change and where is the proof, every company goes quiet. Helix factory hands over Git commit. The market is heading to $24 billion by 2030, and not a single competitor governs AI code. They build the accelerator, we build the brakes. Helix factory, shipped with AI speed and human grade control. Thank you.